Hey guys, it's M4J here and welcome back to the Jeffries network on OpenTTD. I've been gone for a little while. I'm still not going to go into too much detail about why there's been no videos for the last couple of weeks. Christmas was obviously Christmas, so there was no video then anyway. I was meant to come back and do a video on that Friday, but then some stuff happened. I'm sure I'll tell you guys at some point in the future, just not at this moment in time. Hopefully you guys understand that. No one's really said anything for or against me being absent. I did post on both Twitter, which then went on to Facebook, and also I left a community post. I think it was a community post. I've never really done community posts before, so hopefully that went through. But I did leave a comment on my channel explaining that there would be no videos and sort of explaining why. So if anyone didn't read that, then you can always go check that out. But besides that, I'm back for now. I can't guarantee I'll be back permanently at this moment in time, but I am back for now. You're about to see something really weird. It's going to be like a kaleidoscope effect. I just want to make sure that OBS is working properly, and it does seem to be, which is good. If I now click over to the game, you can't see the game at the moment, but I can. And hopefully, if I just scroll around a little bit and then check, are we still working? We do still seem to be working. Good. I will go back and do a test in just a minute. There's a very good chance that this bit of the episode could end up being cut, depending on how well this works. But what I would like to try and do is add some service schedules in for this episode. So off camera, despite the fact there's been no videos, I have been working on this series still. Wow, this is a long list. I had forgotten how long this list was. There we go. Right, so despite the fact that there have been no videos, I have still been working off camera on this network. I have gone through, if you follow the link in the description to the information page, excuse me, you'll see that pretty much every station on that list now has been color coded, plus there have been some extra ones added in too. There are still lots missing. I do plan on adding them in the future as and when necessary. And there are also some that will never be colored in at this moment in time using the current method. I might add tram lines and stuff in the future, but right now there isn't that much of a demand for it. So ones like West Bank Docks, for example, it's within Guard City anyway. So it's St. Peter. The second highest is West Bank Docks, which is a bus station in West Bank. Is that an interchange? I don't think it is an interchange actually. No, I don't think it is. It probably would have flagged up by now if it was. But yeah, because it's all within Guard City still, I'm not going to worry too much about that. So you'll notice that on the color coding, we have the following routes. We got the North Valleys line, as you already know. We got the Guard City Northern, the Capital line, Great Northern, the Great Western, the Western Reaches, Guard City Great Eastern, Cross Country West, which has got a little bit of a strange colour scheme because the Cross Country East and Central will have the same background colour but different coloured text. West Coast West Wind line, Cadingbury Direct line, Buntbourne and Central Railway, Charwood Western, Garden Western, Denston Central, Central Heart, Guard City Metro, Guard City Main. So they're all the terminus stations. So Guard City St George, St Michael, St Peter, St John, St Thomas and St Christopher. And there will be more. I am actually planning on adding some more mainline terminals to Guard City. So look out for that in the near future. We've also got the Guard City Overground, which at this point I was starting to run out of colours, which is why I started using different coloured backgrounds with different coloured text. The Hatfield Light Railway, and then we've got secondary and tertiary termini. So their stations, for example, Wenfingfield Western, Warnbridge Airport, Henning Hall Junction, Gromwell Superior. They're not, although Gromwell might be recoloured in the future, they're not main terminus stations, but they are terminus stations on main routes. So, I mean, a good example of that is GSG is the main terminus station on the Great Northern and the Guard City Northern lines. whereas Gronwell is a secondary terminus on those two lines. So I'm just trying to get my head around it. Actually, Great Northern is the terminus of Gronwell, so it counts as a secondary terminus on that line. We've also then got interchange stations, which are a light grey with black text, and then we've got interchange stations within Greater Guard City that are dark grey with white text. So for example, Portsdown Town is an interchange between the Metro and the HLR, so it's got dark grey with white text. There will be more different categories of interchange station. For example, Fort Flonwood is an interchange between a railway and a tramway, so that will have a different colour. So will Wenfingfield for the same reason. So will all the other stations around the map, apart from the ones within Greater Guard City. They're already black, because pretty much all the main stations there are terminus stations. But yeah, because of that, we're going to go through and we're going to do some scheduling. Now, I have no idea how it's going to look. If you're seeing this, by the way, there's a bit of a delayed reaction. I've got the service schedules open on both my desktop and my laptop. So I'm going to be trying to type it in on my laptop whilst capturing it on my desktop, which is going to be tricky. But we'll have a go. The reason I'm doing this is because I couldn't just capture the window. For some reason that wouldn't work with Google Sheets. So I had to capture monitor capture, which means I've had to put it over onto my other monitor, which means everything's switched over, and it's a really long elongated mess just so that I could capture this. But we'll give it a go and see how it works out. So let's start at the top, shall we? Guard City, St. George. I plan on running some new electric services from Guard City, St. George, and I need to remind myself, I think it's not Great Northern, Guard City Northern is the one I'm looking for. Let's just scroll up to the top of the rail route names. Thank you to everybody, by the way, who left suggestions for the rail route names. As I said before, they are pretty much all chosen, so a huge thank you for that. It's made my life a lot easier, let's put it that way. Okay, so Guard City, St. George. Oops. Just adding in an extra. So Great Northern, Guard City Northern now has two secondary terminus stations, Honningville and Warnbridge Airport. You can't see what I'm doing in the game, but I'm currently panning over to Warnbridge because I think I'm going to have to build some new platforms for terminating services. That looks as though it's going to have to be the case, which then actually makes life incredibly difficult because I've got to build a new line to get the trains out once they've terminated. Let's come back to that, shall we? Don't want to worry about it too much right now because it's probably going to give me a headache if I try and do it now. It will involve quite I can't speak today either, apparently. It's going to involve quite a sharp, steep slope, but that's fine. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Although, looking at it, it's probably going to end up being a tunnel rather than a bridge. Oh well. Service schedule. So, this is going to be Guard City Northern. And as already you can see, my keyboard is a pain. You are going to be an EMU. Service type is going to be semi-fast. Right, calling out. This is the main one. Let's scooch back over to GSG. Now looking at this, GSG, there's a lot of passengers want to go to Preston, which is within Guard City still. Gronwell Superior, which is the other end of the main line. Bart Hill, Sontown. Then we got ones like Raining Hall, Prideston Bay, Munfing Way, Plint Bridge, and Druntburg. So there's a lot of stations on the Great Northern route. This is the bit I was dreading of this whole new system, because despite the fact that we now know the top 10 destinations for each of the main stations in Guard City, as well as which lines they sit on, there's still no way exactly of being able to plan out how they're going to stop at all of these stations. But the idea is as follows. There are 3 stations on the Great Northern route that passengers at Guard City are waiting to go to. They are quite low down the list, but Gronwell as well, I suppose, is another one. If I open up this, this is probably going to be very different now. It is very different, in fact. So I should probably update the list. But already we can see Preston is over here on the overground, so we won't worry too much about that. Wanston is on the high speed, and that should be getting served. I'm not sure why there's a railjet train here that's empty. That's a bit weird, especially as all of these, actually a lot of them want to go west rather than east. We are going to have to increase services on the east side of the map just to create demand, because I think our high speed is losing us a ton of money right now. You also can't see what I'm clicking. I keep forgetting that we're not in the game. Hang on. Let me switch this over. There we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. We'll come back to the service schedules in a minute, if at all. There's a very good chance I might just end up not bothering coming back to it. We might come back at the end. Why not? Anyway, so we're over here at GSG. Wanston, and then Guard City Punfingford, which is on the line there, and then Sontown, which is also oh no, actually this is on the cross-country west line, which is also quite a busy station, but then there's only cross-country trains using this line at the moment. We will be increasing that in the future. Bart Hill, which is back over on the overground, I think. Raining Hall, which is, yeah, okay. Let's not worry about that right now. The idea essentially was that we were going to increase capacity on the fast trains like the HSTs and the 91s, and please tell me you're at the start of your orders. You are, good. So I'm assuming that you are as well. You're not, and you have got people on board. Good. Yeah. So the idea is to increase capacity on the HSTs and things by having other services complement them. So in other words, if we run another train between GSG and Warnbridge, that will then mean that we have more capacity on that particular section of the route. There's no guarantee that it will solve all of the problems, but it might solve some of the problems, which is the advantage. Now if I scooch over to Warnbridge again, this episode could end up being split into several parts, just so you guys are aware, because I recognize already this is going to be quite a task. For example, here, I mean, that's a 190 long tunnel, and even if I bridge over, there's nowhere for the bridge to come down on the other side because of the way the land slopes. And I can't lower this down because this track here is too high, and you can kind of see where my problems lie. The other option, of course, is if I move this line over one and then have the exit line come through here. That might give me more space to work with. How much can I lift this? Not much more than that. That's fine. If I just build that down like that and do that, which means I can replace that with that, and then here I can do this, and here I can do this, and then here, if I lower this down, is that enough? Damn it. Close. Very close. I could make up for that though if I do this. Like this. like that. Now, I've created a bit of a dilemma for myself, but I could probably get away with it if I use bridges. So here, if I lower, whoops, all that like that, and like that, and then here, if I just have these go down and join up like so, whoops. Actually, yeah, so I was going to use bridges here, didn't I? I do plan on building suburban rail routes around some of these big towns as well. So Warnbridge is a very good example of that. Put these girders in, like so. And then here you'd have a line that comes underneath and then bridges over this set of tracks. Although that's not going to work either, is it? We'll find a way. Realise I'm removing quite a bit of signalling here as well. So it was the slow lines there and there, let's say, and then like that. I suppose that works. That's not what I wanted to do. That should work like that. And then somehow, I mean, we've got pretty powerful trains. I would hope they'd be able to get through that. Let's can I move this back one more? No. That's fine. I can do this. Something like that. Something like that. And then I can put a waypoint here. Like so. We are going to have to put a signal there. But that should be fine. Let's just copy that from there. Current order is that. Okay. And then on this side of things, we'll have a storage siding area. In fact, first of all, we're going to have a bridge, or a set of bridges. How low can I make that? Can I do this bit as well? No. Okay. That's fine. Let's try it to there. I think that's the right height. It is if I do it to there. So that's going to be a big viaduct. As is this. This is going to be part of that suburban network that I was talking about. So they're going to go in like that, and then off of that, here, you see, level that, like this. Oh, we're going to have to do some big demolition here. Oh, the pain, the pain, the pain. Right, there we go. I don't like doing it. It might come as a surprise to some of you. I don't like doing big demolition. It does make me feel guilty. These are people's homes, for crying out loud. I'm just coming through with Billy Bulldozer and getting rid of the lot. I Should be like a mascot for my channel, Billy the Bulldozer. Assuming that's not a name already used. Anyway, that's not really the point. Point is, if I do this, like that, that's 5. Maybe this should be the metro line. And then I can put the storage sidings over here. Alright, let's do that. Let's do that. So I'm going to have to do some more demolition. It's always demolition with this. Like this. No, like this. Yeah. And then here, you go along like that. You get rid of that. We'll lower all this. And let's try and flatten all this again. Alright, is there anywhere over here where the land is almost the same height again? Doesn't look like it. So we have to do some terraforming in the center of the city. About here. Like that. And then demolish along here, and then demolish along here. I promise you the demolition is almost over. Right. Like so. And then all of this bit here can be flattened. There'll be a station built here. A small one. You won't worry about that. And then all of this here can be flattened as well. Like so. Right. And then we'll flatten the rest of this. It's not as bad as it could have been. It's not as bad as it could have been. Let's put it that way. And then the rest of this we'll just cut back. Like so, and then there'll be another station over here, but again we won't worry about that. Right, to stop trains from going down there at the moment, we're going to do this and we're going to do this, and then we're going to put not fixtures, let's do platforms. Where's the... That's good for that, I suppose. Where's the one I'm looking for? There it is. Like that, and then buffers like that. You and you. So you are going to copy from that. You are going to share with that, and then you are if next order is that. Right. I think that's everything. They're set up properly. That and that. They both need to be changed actually to this signal. Like so. Okay, and then here, just this one. or if next order is this. Okay, this is going well so far. It might look incredibly destructive, but in actuality it's quite productive, because it means we've got the new route in and out of Warnbridge, which means if we scooch on back over to this, we can stop at Guard City St George. Let's stop playing around with that. Again, I've no idea how well this is looks, so it could end up being awful. Plintbridge Parkway would be the next stop. I know that much. Now, am I going to run the fast lines, or am I going to run on the slow lines out of Plintbridge? Probably the slow lines. Will we be stopping at Gronway? Sorry, not Gronway, Gunway. I don't know. I mean, there aren't that many passengers waiting here. I'm just going to decorate these. Let's unpause the game for a second. Oh, it's slow. The actual game seems to be running okay, but using the arrow keys is slow. There's also quite a gap between signals on this stretch of line for some reason. I think I moved them when I was doing when I was rebuilding one of the stations. Oh, it's slow. Again, you can't see what I'm doing, but it's slow. Right, pause game. So we're going to go like this. Again, you can't see what I'm doing right now. I will show you in a second. There and there. So I'm just making some of these stations into actual stations rather than bare platforms, because they do look a little bit ugly. Just really bold concrete with nothing on it. It's not the nicest. Let's put these. So what's that? That's 4, and then we'll just put some shelters. There we go, and then scooch all that. Right. Gunway Brewery. And then I think if we come up here, are we going to stop at Gunway Bridge? I suppose we should really, because it's a valuable interchange. There's a lot of passengers that want to go to Sontown, and there are cross-country trains that run through Gunway Bridge. So that'd be quite a useful stop to have as well. Which means maybe I shouldn't stop at... Do you know what? I'm not going to stop at Brewery. I'm just going to stop at Bridge. Which means this one is going to be changed to not Flat Bridge, but Doneborough. Except spelt correctly. The O key, the E key, and the B key are the ones that don't seem to want to work on my laptop at the moment, which is quite annoying. Then after Doneborough, I think we're going to go onto the fast lines. So you're going to skip out Tunfing Bridge, which does still need to be rebuilt. There is a new station over here as well at Edingbourne, which we are also going to skip out. I don't think any trains stop here yet, but I will be setting some up to in the future. Chunnington will be skipping out, Great Barnville will be skipping out, so the next stop is going to be Guard City Punfingford Airport. Again, the O key is very You know, you must be able to hear me typing. You can hear me hit the key. There we go. Punfingford. Right, after Punfingford, no one is waiting here at the moment. I'm wondering how many trains are actually using this as a waypoint rather than actually stopping here. So where is this? Yeah, non-stop via. So no one's stopping at Parfingford at the moment. Keybourne Cross is also a valuable interchange. So you know what? Parfingford is going to be the next one. And then Keybourne 2Bs for some reason. Cross. Oy, oy, oy. Right. After Keybourne Cross, should we stop at Sindwood? We might as well if we're here, I suppose. Sindwood. And then Honningville. Okay. Then after Honningville, the next stop is going to be... Where do passengers want to go from here? Not many want to go north. So we might just use this as a waypoint. What about Little Prunton? You want to go to Wenfingfield. How many trains have we got stop here? Quite a few there actually. What about here? Quite a few there as well. So there's plenty of coverage there. I'm just thinking. Should I stop at both? There's lots of trains that stop here. Right, are you stopping at Frondingville? Or are you just a go via? No, you do stop at Frondingville. How full are you? Empty. So I don't think we need to stop at either of these stations. I think we can just use them as waypoints. Or you can use Frondingville as a waypoint. Or do we need to use Frondingville as a waypoint? I always forget. You're Honningville 3, you're Honningville 3. So if I check this again. If next order is Frondingville or if next order is Little Prunton. Do I stop at Little Prunton? Oh, you've got a population of 11,000, you've got a population of 13,000. Logically, it would make sense to stop at both. Alright, Frondingville. Again with no O. Little Prunton. And then Warnbridge Airport. Okay, that's where you terminate. Scooch all this over. 750, 250. Drag all these down. 750. Right, in terms of number of cars per unit and stuff, I won't worry about that yet. I do need to add all these in actually. Now I'm going to put the formula in. So I'm going to copy and paste it from the one above. That currently said 9. Seven, 9, 2. There we go. So there should be 9 trains operating this schedule. I suppose that sounds about right. Okay, so that's the first one. Let me come over here again. Scroll down a little bit more so you can see fully what I am doing. Alright, and we'll go there again. Right, so that's one. Next up, out of GSMI, I suppose we should worry about that. Although how many Western Reaches is the pinky colour? There's a few Wenfing fields, I suppose. Alright, we'll do that one next. So, Western Reaches, APT, was it ATP? Oh god, hang on. Let me just check. That's all the high speed stuff. That's all North Rail. Okay. This is how it looks. Here's APT. Come on. There's a lot of services on this list now. Here we are. Okay, Guard City, St. Michael. Now this one's going to be... I suppose both of these are going to do the same thing. So we've got the fast trains that run non-stop all the way through to Wenfing Field first. I think these ones are going to stop along the way as well. So Bending Head has quite a few people waiting. So Bending Head. Is that the only station between? Looks like it is. So Wenfing Field Western. Okay, is there another one after that? I think, wasn't there another station? Oh, there it is. Wardham North. Okay. Then Monningpool Falls. There we go. I want to check the signalling over here as well, actually. Right, it's done by max speed. Okay. There's a lot of people waiting at Monningpool Falls. Interesting to see how many of them want to go to all the different places. Right, after Monningpool, did I... Yeah, I did change the name of that. So Bedtown Grain Mill is now just called Bedtown Mill. It's always worth knowing that. Little subtle changes. Right, close you, back to you. So after Monningpool Falls, Bedtown Mill. I don't think it stops anywhere else after that. I think after that it's just Sunnington. So we're going to do this. You become black. Right, remember the number 801. Copy that. Which I should also... Right. paste that there. Change the number to 800. Right, this is 150, 750. Drag all these down. 1500. Right, that's that one. And then we're going to do the same thing again, because I'm going to copy those, paste them there, copy that, paste that there, like so. Copy all this stuff and paste it there. Right, so after modding pool falls, where are we? Here. I think your next stop is, let's see, you go straight through there. I don't really want to stop unnecessarily on the 2-track section. So I think that could end up being a bit of a pain. However, that being said, I think Flutown is a good place to stop. So I'm just going to build a platform here. Like that. You'll be able to see what I've done in a second. So this is Flutown. And then after that, I think is it Preyborn? Yeah, Preyborn. And then Plindum Junction. I think that's the Western Reaches fast trains done. I think that's all the ones we're ever going to need. Alright, and then change this number to suit the new figures. So we've got 6 and we got 7. Okay, so that should be St. Michael done. Now St. Peter. Yes, we got a lot of new journeys that are going to originate from St. Peter. St. Peter is a very underutilized station. If I scooch over to it, I mean, you look how many trains there are there at the moment. None. There's lots of trains set to run to it and from it, just none at the moment actually using it. So what that tells me, excuse me, what that tells me is we need to up the ante again a little bit. Let's also, let's see, depot exit is there, so we need to go across, 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 and then that can run into there. And then over here, we need to go up and up to get to those platforms. How long are these? 7. I need to make that longer, which will mean cutting into this a little bit, but you know what, it's worth it. Let's go to that. Same with St. Michael. St. Michael's a quite a busy station, although it doesn't look like it is at the moment. We do also need to get some more stopping trains out of here, actually. Let's do that first. So this is also Western Reaches. EMU. Stopping. Because I think I actually got rid of some of the trains. Yeah, these ones. These used to terminate at Moningpool Falls? Yeah. So what have we got over here now? Always forget. So you come down here, up and over there, into the platforms. If I select this one, for example, Great Radeon, Great Radeon, Great Radeon, Great Radeon. So actually those ones can just be set off again. It's probably going to have to go through an autofill. So if I just do... oh, it is already set to autofill. There we go. We'll set it again. And we'll also set you to go. Which means I'll keep you pinned. Again, I've just remembered you can't see what I'm doing right now. I'm really good at that, aren't I? Forgetting crucial pieces of information like that. Right. In that case, this is going to be Great Western. It's going to be a DMU. It's going to be stopping. We're going to start at Guard City, St. Peter. Okay, so from GSP, Great Winfield, which is at the airport, West Bank Docks, Woolworth, which is also where we're going to be going in a second, Brinwell City West, Praston, which is inside Guard City, Plindhead, which is on the metro, Mondham, can't remember where that is, and Pepborough, which is on the Cadingbury Direct. Okay, which is south. We do need more trains to run on the cross-country line, which is what we're going to do now. So after GSP, the next stop is probably going to be Cardtown. Well, actually no, there's a few people waiting at Cardtown. So yeah, Cardtown. Just making sure you can still see what I'm doing on the screen. It might cut off again in just a second, but I'll move it if necessary. Plintston. Like so. Little Proningwell. Like so. Also just noticed you can't actually see what I'm typing until after I finish typing it, so I could have hidden my spelling mistakes. But there you go. Easttown. I'm looking at these stations. There aren't many people wanting to go west, but there are lots of people wanting to go east into Guard City, which tells me that the capacity going into this Guard City isn't as great. So I like symmetrical stopping patterns, so if we're going to stop on the way in, we have to stop on the way out as well. That being said, Flarfingford Hotel, I think we can skip, as we can with Trunley Market. Although we will put that as a waypoint, I think. We'll stop there. Problem is the way that I've got these original signals set up on the Great Western Line and on the Great Northern Line is not good. I need to change it, but it essentially means that because it's a shared waypoint leaving the station, it's done by next order rather than current order. I do have to put Trunley Market as at least a waypoint, so yeah, that's why it becomes a bit of a pain. Great Winfield Airport. Right, now if I open this up, again you can't see what I'm doing. Check this one really quickly. I'm wondering if I can run non-stop through. So you are GSP to PLJ. As a U actually, so select U instead. Alright, GSP PLJ, GSP PLJ. So that one. Actually, how many services do I have? Really looking at the wrong window for this. Great Western. Right, we've got a semi-fast one as well, which does also stop, or does it? Yeah, it does. Okay, so this is going to do this is going to do the same. So little Trap bridge. Although we are going to stop here at Rudworth as well, because it's quite a big town. Sinfingly we're going to skip, same with Winton, so the next stop is going to be Neffingberg Springs East. Okie dokie. And I've got it stopping at Scentfield as well. I'm going to put Scentfield as a waypoint. Reason being, if I come back over here and do this, the reason being is because when we're stopping at Woolworth, we do then need to make sure that the train runs out on the slow line when it leaves. Although, how have I got that set up? If next order is Scentfield. It's supposed to be difficult. Yeah, I think we're going to have that as a waypoint. Right, Woolworth. Okay. And then after Woolworth, should we stop at Canal Road? I suppose we can. Becomes a bit of a stopper again at this point. We'll stop at Gronville East. And then we're going to stop at Gronville West. This is where it's going to get interesting, because it's going to. This is the cross-country route now. I think here it's going to run as a bit of a semi-fast, not a complete semi-fast. So I'm actually looking at what I've already built here and deciding that I don't really like some of these platforms. There we go. Looks a bit better. So we're going to miss out Renly, which is the next station, but the station after that is Plunningville, which I think is just Plunningville. Yeah. It's always good to know that. So Plunningville. And then the next one is Kethill, which we're going to skip. One after that is Tontbourne. Which we are going to stop at. And then So I'm tempted to terminate at Plenfing Hill Canal Road, which means building an additional platform there, which I've got no problems doing. Like that. And I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I've just built a very nice third platform on Plenfing Hill. Or I'm in the process of building a nice platform. Like so. And then we'll put something nice like CTA, and then I need a buffer. I will show you what I've done at the end of this episode. Otherwise, what's the point? Keep selecting the wrong thing first. Right. I need to put a waypoint somewhere. I do stop at Tomborn, don't I? Yes, good. God, this is interesting, shall we say. Okay. And then I need to put a... I might shot myself in the foot a little bit here. I don't think I have. If I do it like this, stick that there, put that there, and then put another waypoint there. That should work, I think. Maybe if I just do this. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I know it sounds like I'm just talking random nonsense, but it's kind of my thought process as well, I suppose. Okay, so after Tontborn, you terminate at Plenfing Hill Canal Street. Right. Time waiting 750, 250. Like that. 750. And then whichever one's the waypoint, that one. Delete. And that should give us the number of trains we need. 828. 10 trains. That's pretty good, I suppose. Right, now we move on to the faster service. Where am I going? Over here. I get so easily lost on this map. It's quite incredible, really. Now, one of the things I'm going to do is redivert some of the trains that start at Munfingford, which, again, I'm currently struggling to find on the map. There it is. So at the moment we've got a service that well, we've got 4 services that run from Munfingford. All of them are fast services. One's basically a non-stopper between Munfingford and GSP, which we might keep. One of them is a semi-fast service that does pretty much the same job. Well, they all go to GSP, but they all stop at various different points. I want to grab the one that stops at every stop, which I think is this one. Like every single possible stop you could think of between the two. Or the main stations at least. Right, there. Okay, interesting. So this is Great Western. It is a DEMU because it's class 180. Service type is semi-fast. Calling at Munfingford Paragon. Marie City Centre. City Central, sorry. Not Centre. And Sunnington. Plindham Junction. Right, Sannington, Plindham Junction, and then instead of calling it Seward North like it currently does, it's going to call at Gronville West. Okay, and then here it's going to go to Plunningville. This is probably going to hold up some of the cross-country services, but I'm not too fussed about that. Going to skip Kethill. We're going to skip Tontbourne. So the next station it's going to call at is Pleffing Hill Canal Street. Like so. Guntwood. We have to go via Guntwood anyway because it's a waypoint. Guntwood North waypoint. Chundingston we're going to skip. We're going to stop at Prentown Mine. Or Prentown I think it is just called. Again, let's check. Yep, just Prentown. Okay. Did I change that? Yes, I did. Skip out that station. So the next one is going to be over here at Kenham. Over to Dratborough Market, which we're going to go straight through as well. Going to stop at Sontown. And then we're going to stop at, or are we going to stop at? I don't know. We should really. Alright, hang on. I need to move. Again, you've no idea what I'm doing right now. But I'm about to move one of the lines that we've got. Give me just a second and I'll explain what I'm doing. Okay, so where the lines meet at Mewood, I've completely messed that up. Where the lines meet at Mewood, I'm currently changing where the junction is, so that I could get trains running on both the fast line and the slow line from the same junction, which probably would mean editing the orders a little bit, but I'm okay doing that. It also means we've got, I mean, it's I was about to say we've got a less ugly slope. I don't think that's strictly true. I think it is just as ugly. It's just not as weird, should we say. It incorporates the flat junction that we've already got, so it now crosses over on a flat junction, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's make sure I've got these signals in approximately the right place. Make sure there's no train in the way, and it then means we can change U. To a normal signal, and we can scrap those. And again, I know you can't see what I'm doing, so I'm just talking out loud for no real reason, but there you go. And it does mean I'm going to have to make a small tweak like so. This is interesting how I've done this now, actually. This is very interesting. I might have made life very difficult for myself. I'm going to pin these two views so I don't forget. We're going to come back to this in a second. So after Sontown, we're going to stop at Sonington. That's the end of the line. Right. So that is like so. Number of trains is this, except it's not. It is this. Get rid of those. I think it's that. And then if I do like this, oops, like that, drag this all the way down, get rid of that one. There we go, 10 trains. That should be enough. Well, we'll have to see on that, won't we? Right. Do I want to do the same from the north? I don't think I need to now. I think that covers it quite nicely, actually. So right now it is like getting rid of some of the extra services that we got. We don't need 4 services running between GSP and Munfingford if we can help it. That's not the right line at all. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. That's why. Duh. Right, so with that in mind, we're going to start running some more services from GSP, one of which is going to go down. Let me make sure I get this right. It's going to go down the Western Reaches line. Yeah. Okay. I think I know what I'm doing. So, Guard City St. Peter, or Great Western. Let's start with that. HST Express, Guard City St. Peter, Guard City Great Wintfield Airport, Woolworth, Plindom Junction. Right, once we get to Plindom, we're going to run down the currently mothballed line, and then straight through there, and the next stop is going to be here, which is Menningley Market. So if I look at the list here from GSP, did we have some on the Western Reaches? I don't think we did actually. No, we got a lot within Guard City. Ah yeah, the Cadenbury Direct Line. That was one of them. That's why I'm doing this. So Menningley Market. After Menningley, let's see, go through there, go through there. The next station is over here at Portfield. Okay. Now, have I done this right? I think I'm on the wrong stretch of third rail at the moment. Yeah, I think I've messed up. What I should have done was after Plindon. Yeah, okay. So after Plindon, it should have been Sannington. I've jumped ahead of myself a little bit. And then, God, the game does run a little bit sluggish at times. What do we have stop here? All of those. That's fine. Keep going this way. So I think the next stop is Munfingford. Looking at this. The Paragon. There we go. And then we run on the line that we built quite recently that heads up towards Buntbourne. So we go through all of this stuff here. We come out here. The next stop then is up here at Sarnway. I actually feel like running from GSP down here is a bit of a waste. Unless we had another link line. Because we're essentially doing a big loop. We're running from GSP right the way over to the west coast at Plindon, and then right the way back in again. So I think we'll abandon this one for now. Instead, GSJ we're okay with at the moment. Plintbridge Parkway. I haven't done GSMA on here. Why haven't I not done GSMA? Was it because it didn't have many people waiting? That could be the reason. Maybe we didn't have enough diversity. Yeah, we didn't have enough diversity. I see. But I think we will run some trains from there now. So, God, I can't remember the names of all the routes again. Scooch across. Let's see, West Coast. Western Reaches, it's not that one. It's down below here. I wish there was a way I could do quick searches. West Wind, no. Cadenbury Direct. Oh yeah. Okay. How many trains do we have using the Cadenbury Direct? Let's find a station along that route. Petborough. That's a good one because we come out of Dinpool. Petborough is the first station we come to. Yeah, okay. We need to start running more trains on the Cadenbury Direct Line. So if I come back and check the flow here, we don't have that much demand. We've got Marston, I suppose, so we might as well do that. So let's change this to, I want to say Guard City Southern. And I'd be right. Guard City Southern EMU stopping. Right. Guard City St. Mark. And I think the next stop is, so see, it's there, across there, through this tunnel. Yes, the next stop is Shoreham Junction. Okay. And then it's Brentburg. Or is it Brentburg? It's not Brentburg. Or should it be Brentburg? How many trains do we actually have stopped there? I suppose all the overground trains stop there as well. So the next stop is Sibbertsham. Then it's Dinpool East. And then down to Petborough. And then it's Marston. Charnway. Don't think Charnway has any trains stopping there yet. No, it does not. And then Donbourne Bridge. Are we going to stop at Donbourne? Question is, are we going to stop at Donbourne or are we going to go onto the fast lines? I'll tell you what, so you can see what I'm doing. Let's skip over to this screen. So we're here at the moment. Donbourne Bridge. Do we want to stop here or do we want to go on the fast line instead through Cadingbury and then remain on the fast line? I think we might want to do that for this service. So Cadingbury Junction. And then you run fast up to Rimpledon. Like so, and then you remain fast to Bathurst Street. Fort Mason. And then after that, you'll run slow again, so Buntford. Mondingston. Like so. And then after Mondingston, yeah, this is where we join up again with the Guard City Great Eastern line. So One Town would be a good place to stop. There's lots of people waiting there. I think the smart thing to do here actually would be select this Javelin. You see what I mean about the game running slow? Because I'm zoomed right out and there's lines on the screen. So your next stop is all the way over here at Drenninghead. So One Town is there. No, it's Grudtown. One Town is there. So if I come over to Bunway, you're not that busy, so we'll skip through you. But over here, Munfingway, I think we'll stop at Munfingway. like that. Skip through all this. Do I need to stop here? Yeah, Stinfing field. Like so, through the tunnels. Minfing Way West. How long's the platforms? I'm going to have to extend the platforms. Minfing Way West. Okay. Drenninghead West I think is okay, but Drenninghead East is going to be really busy. Yes, it is. Alright, we're nearly done with this service. I think we should stop here. Grundingston Bay. Alright, we're going to miss out Tundingston. We're going to miss out... Or are we going to miss out Rinwood? Where do people want to go from Rinwood? Oh, exactly the stations we're stopping at. So Rinwood. We can skip out Luntborough. We'll stop at Reborn instead. I think we're nearly there. Yeah, we are. Slundwood and Ponfingbridge. And then finally Denston Carnegie, which is where we terminate. Right, the number of trains in the schedule is going to be, well, let's work it out. 750, 250. I don't think we have any stations that are waypoints, so we can go the full hog. Right, 8.5. That doesn't sound right to me. Oh, it's because the number's wrong. 864. $11. Even that doesn't sound like much, but apparently that's what we're going for. Right, I'm also going to change... So at the moment we've got a service that runs from Beffingway down to Denston. And then we've got a service that runs from Sanley, which is right the way down in the southwest corner here, all the way up to Gronwell. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change them. So the Sanley train is going to terminate at Beffingway, which is over here. So the train's going to come in, it's going to run up to somewhere, and then run back again. And then the Denston train is going to originate at Gronwell. That's going to be the plan, so that we get a nicer service pattern. How I'm going to do that over here, I'm not sure. I might have to build a little set thing here. But I will also have one train that goes from Sanley all the way up to Gronwell. So there's going to be lots of trains running through Guard Lake, unless I build a new diversionary line. Because in theory, the Javelins can use the overground loop. And they can come round here, through all of these stations, maybe stopping at a couple, round the loop here, round the loop here, and then here they'll come down, well, not there, here, they'll come across here. Actually, does that work? Yeah, they'll come across here, and then they'll go along here. I mean, this isn't going to happen. Let's put it this way, it's not going to happen. But it's a possibility, because it'll run through here and then up through Plintbridge, but that's not going to happen. We got lots of trains running through Guard Lake, and if I show you Guard Lake, you can see why that's currently a problem. What I'm going to do though, now I've got some service patterns in mind, I'm going to go through and do some more, lots more. In fact, I am going to map out. The last thing I'm going to do in this episode is an hour and a half coming up to. It's probably going to be a lot more than that by the time we finish. Let's minimize these. And then let's minimize this. So I'm going to redo where are we? I'm looking for Beffingway. We're miles past it. That's why I couldn't find it. Beffingway is here. So we're going to redo these services. So this is Guard City Connect, I think it's called. Let's just check that. Yep, Guard City Connect. Cool. It's an EMU. It's an express. And it's going to call at Beffingway. Is Warnbridge the next big station after Beffingway? I suppose it is if we don't stop at any of the stations like Ludhead Cross, which I don't think we do. Oh, we do. One of them does. Should we? Do you know what? I think we should keep going straight through. Maybe stop at Pradston instead. So Pradston Bay. Not A. Bay. And then it'll be Warnbridge. Would be the next station. Like so. I think we're going to go through Honningville. I want to check these. Yeah, we'll go through Honningville. Honningville. So that'll be a waypoint. Honningville waypoint. Okie dokie. And with that in mind, I think we'll also go through Guard City Punfingford as well. Wrap the text. There we go. So after that, the next stop is going to be Plintbridge Parkway. We are going to stop at Plintbridge. Okay, and then we're going to stop at Guard City St. George. Then we're going to stop at Guard Lake. Again, spell it correctly. Guard City St. Mark. Now, which way are we going to go out of St. Mark? We've got the two options. We either go down the conventional main line here, or we go this way and go through Shoreham. I don't think we'll stop at Shoreham. I think the next stop would be Sibbertsham. Excuse me. I've got a frog in my throat for some reason. I think we need to work a lot on getting trains running through here as well. So I might have a look at that. Maybe we could do with a train that terminates at Rinston, having run from up Dinpool East way. Don't know where that's going to originate from though. I'm a bit torn on this. I'm a bit torn. I think we'll go the direct way for this one, or should we? Do you know what? No. I'm going to go this way. Should we stop at Shoreham? Do you know what? I'm inclined to. Let's see. It's Brentburg or Sibbertsham. We'll stop at Shoreham as well. Since we stopped at Plintbridge. Sibbertsham. Because actually then, we're running down to Sanley, aren't we? I could, in theory... Oh no, I can't because it's not electrified. I was going to say run via Punfingford. Munfingford, not Punfingford. So run down through Buntbourne, down this way, through Munfingford, and then up to Sannington, which is a long way away actually, there, and then run south again. It might be easier just to build a new line here, but even then this isn't electrified, so that wouldn't work. So from Sibbertsham, we're going to run down here to Rudinghattan Ridge. And then from there run down to Guard City Rinston. Like so. Right. Which way to go? I think we're going to go via Tatham for this route. Oh no, we haven't. We have to go the other way. We have to go the other way. Because there's no... That's also one thing to remember actually, is when we get to Fort Flonwood, if you're on this side, you go this way. Essentially. So where does this come out? This comes out at Buntbourne, doesn't it? All the way over here to Buntbourne. Yeah. Okay, so with that in mind, we have to go via Dindstown, which is up here. So Dindtown, and then Fort Flonwood. Which is there. Keep coming down this way. We come into Sannington, where we're going to stop. Okay, and then Portfield. Actually, do you know what? We will go via Tatham. Because you can cross over after Fort Flonwood. I just remembered you can do that. Right, so Tatham, Fort Flonwood, Sannington, Portfield. And then after Portfield, the next stop is going to be not New Pudston. Don't be Puston. Please don't be Puston. Oh, it's Puston. Ugh. That doesn't sound particularly pleasant. Kidinghatton Parkway. Okie dokie. Skip Frentford. I think Tenley is the next stop. Which is a long way away. There it is. Tenley. Right, skip through there. The next stop after that is going to be here. Pewfingford Promenade. Okay, and then after Pewfingford we're going to... Are we going to stop here? I don't think we are. So after that, the next stop is going to be Sanley Central. Yes. Sanley Central. Okay. Do this. Number of trains in schedule. (886). There's going to be a lot of trains on this schedule. I can see it already. So that's what, 1,500 at Beffing Way. just because it's a super express, I suppose, this service. And then at Tanley is also going to be 1,500. 19 trains. Not bad. Not bad. And I can already tell that we're going to have 2 javelins per train. So technically we're buying 38 trains. Which is a lot. And I think the last one I want to do, so we've already got the one that runs from Sanley up to Gronwell. Although I might go and edit some of those stops to make it more of a super express, so it doesn't stop as it doesn't stop at as many stations. Where's Beffingway? All the way over here. So the last one I want to do is actually Gronwell was where I wanted to be. Damn. Let me just check. This is the Beffingway one. So this is the Beffingway to Denston one. So I'm going to delete this. Again, you can't see what I'm doing. That's fine. And that as well. Oops. Come on. Delete. No. I want to delete the rows. There we go. Delete rows. Okay. I hope I didn't mess up there. I don't think I did. Right, and then this is the one that runs from Beffingway to Sanley. That's the one I just did. Okay, hang on. This is the one that runs from Sanley up to Gronwell. So I'm actually going to move this to the bottom. Cut. It's a long way down. Paste. Okay, I have a feeling I've got a huge gap in my rows now. Yep. It's quite annoying. That's fine. We can delete those though. Delete rows. Okay. So if I go right the way down to the bottom again. So I've got to remind myself now, we've got the Beffingway to Sanley. We've got the Sanley to Gronwell. I'm going to take out some of the stops on here. Which I don't think I need to. Instead of, let's see, from Sanley. Which way did the other one go? It went to Tatham, didn't it? This one's going to go to Dintown. Rinston Airport. Chunston we're going to get rid of. Right, Punfingford and Honningville are going to be waypoints. Warnbridge is going to be a stop. Pradston and Ludhead I'm going to get rid of. Beffingway. So we're going to stop at Beffingway. Or are we? No, we're going to skip Beffingway. And we're going to skip Chadborough. I need to delete. Oops. Delete the rows. There we go. Playhatton is a waypoint. I've got it stopping at Gunhatton here as well, and Pretfield. I might keep those. And then Winville it stops at 2. I think I'm going to have to have that as a waypoint. Okay. And that's going to be stopping pattern for this one. I'm going to remove Pewfingford 2. See, it stops at Tenley, Kidinghatton, Portfield, Sannington, Fort Flonwood, Dintown, Rinston, Guard City St Mark, Guard Lake, Guard City St George, Punfingford, Honingville, Warnbridge. No, not Honingville, sorry. Guard City St George, Warnbridge, Gunhatton, Pretfield. I feel like I need to cut one of those. I'm going to cut Gunhatton. So it's going to stop at Pretfield and then Gronwell. And again, it's going to be 1,500 at each end to reflect its status as big station. Not big station, big service. I can't. My words. I've lost all my words. Right, so the last one I need to do, and this is going to be the last one of the episode, is Guard City Connect, train type EMU, service express, and this is going to start at Gronwell Superior, which I'm going to have to rebuild, or at least I'm going to have to build a depot site over here. So I'm going to build it a little ways out from Gronwell. So over here would be a good place for it. If I do this, so you are going to become a path signal, as are you. And then here you're going to come through like that. This is going to come through like this. Something like this, maybe? I mean, how many tracks is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I need more than that? I'm not sure I do. Oh, do you know what? For the hell of it, chuck in 6. So let's see if I make that 6 long, and then all of these. That's going to go across like that. Something like this, and like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like so. Down to platforms. There. No. Further down. Platforms. There. I think I might use this for these, so it looks a bit nicer. Either that, or I'll just chuck a carriage. I might just use the shed, actually, the metal shed, which is there. Wish it would just let me do it in mass. Like that. It's a bit lopsided, but if you actually go look at motive power depots, very often they are a bit lopsided. So I suppose realism stakes, we're quite high there. And the most important thing is to move this signal to there and stick a waypoint there, and a waypoint there, and a waypoint there, and a waypoint there, because we're going to be slowing down considerably. And then also a waypoint there and a waypoint there. Make sure that this is set up. Doesn't need to be. Good. Whoops. Okay, so Gronwell Superior is the first stop. This is going to be Grindstown Motive Power Depot. Don't need to worry about renaming the depots. So, not there. Winville is going to be the next stop. And then we're not going to stop at all along this double track section. I'm also considering, where is it? It's not there, it's over here I think. Yeah, here, Oxford. I'm considering rebuilding Oxford, so having the line come up a little bit over here, because I feel like I've sort of shunted it out the way a little bit, which is a bit unfair on George Silver, who named it. So I'd like to rebuild Oxford to make it more of a main city, because he wanted an airport over here as well. And I thought, actually, I haven't got any kind of airport over in this side of the map, so that's a really good place to put it. So we'll come back to that, we'll revisit that, and we'll make it work. I think I actually have to go through Playhatton Springs first as my waypoint. There we go. Okay. Then I'm going to stop at Chadborough. That's my phone ringing. I'm going to have to answer that in a second. In fact, do you know what? I'm going to put a little cut in here so I can answer the phone. So I'll be back in just a second, guys. Alright guys, seamlessly we are back. I actually did some thinking while I was off camera as well about the stopping pattern for this particular train, and I've decided to change my mind a little bit. So if you go on the list now, you'll see that it stops at Gronwell and then it skips through Winville. The next stop will be Playhatton Springs. So then, because Playhatton is just here, there's no need to stop at Chadborough anymore, and we're also relatively close to Beffingway, so I'm going to skip through Beffingway. So the next stop is probably going to be here at Ludhead Cross. I think that works well, and then after Ludhead we'll cut through all of this. We'll skip Pradston, even though there's a lot of people waiting at Pradston. Where are they wanting to go? Trenwell. I think we will skip through there. Or will we? I'm actually having doubts. I mean, what's the gap between... Okay, instead of Ludhead, we're going to stop at Pradston Bay. I think I did this with the last one as well. So we'll stop at Pradston. With that, I think we will then... I think we'll skip Warnbridge. We'll next stop at Honingville. Which means Punfingford Airport is a waypoint. Plint Bridge is also. our waypoint. Guard City St. George, Guard Lake, Guard City St. Mark. So after that, the next stop is Shoreham Junction. Actually no, sorry, not Shoreham Junction. Nor is it Sibbertsham. So let's see, we're going to skip through Sibbertsham. We're probably going to skip through Dinpool as well. And then we're going to head down... I think we're going to head down the Cadingbury direct line. So the next stop will be Cadingbury Junction. Okay. And then after that, I think the next stop will be Bathurst Street. Fort Mason. And then after that, where does the current one stop? I think it's Drenninghead. Yeah, Drenninghead East. And then it must just be straight down to Denston. And it is. Denston Carnegie. Right. We'll put the line underneath. In terms of the number of trains, let's see, it's that. 880. Put that all the way down, 1500 there. And then delete all the waypoint ones. Okay, and that's 11 trains. So what I'm going to do off camera, this is going to be a hell of a lot of fun, which is why I'm doing it off camera. I'll map out some more service schedules for other routes so that we've got a nice even distribution. I'd like to have some cross-country trains, a bit like the little DMUs we've got here. I'd like to have some more of these head to the south as well. Maybe have a cross-country train that heads from Denston down this way and across this line and through Munfingford and off that way. Although we don't want to step on the toes of the Grand Central trains. Although there's not many people here at the moment, which is interesting. But we will have the little DMUs putter along down here as well. Probably to... I mean, Bumpbourne doesn't have a terminating platform from the south, so it might have to go all the way along to Munfingford. And then we'll have the DEMU/HSTs go a lot further. So I will end up building a link across here, and that will enable... So yeah, I can just build a fast line link across there. That will enable the HSTs to head south when the time comes. Eventually we will start extending this line south from Charwood. Also, as I hinted at the start of this episode, I want to build a new terminus in Guard City, but not in the central ring. So we've got GSG here, and then the ring sort of comes around this way to GSJ here. I want to build one... I'm trying to think where. Somewhere, maybe somewhere over here, like at Queen's Park. Have it come out this way and just call it Guard City Queen's Park, something like that. So it does mean renaming this station. I'm not too worried about renaming stations in and around Guard City at the moment, because I have checked up on Reedy, and the map at the moment is a no-go, which is a bit of a shame, but I totally understand. You know, if life gets in the way, that's perfectly fine. My life gets in the way at the moment as well, so I can't be criticising other people when, you know, I'm doing the exact same thing, so it's absolutely fine. Nothing to worry about there. But this line will come out of Queen's Park, and it will head off up to the northeast, because there's so many towns. There's almost like a commuter belt here. There's the metro line, which I'm tempted to build an interchange with somewhere on this new main line, but it's a bit difficult because of the way the towns have grown. The only real option maybe is over here at Preningpool. We've got this huge commuter belt that we can build in, and we got a couple of maybe interchange over here at the high speed over at Onston inside the loop here, and then head off down this way still, and that could be a grand central line. I'm also tempted to build another south facing terminus, because we've got GSMA here, but I mean, like somewhere over here, Guard City Victoria maybe, and have it come down, or expand GST and have a new line. So I mean, let's say in this gap here we build some new platforms and have the line come out this way and down to the south, and then curve that round to the east as well, because we got this huge gap. I mean, you can see where the Guard City Great Eastern line crosses over, and then there's the overground loop here as well, but there's this big open expanse of little towns and villages and the occasional big city where there's plenty of room for expansion. So it's worth doing that. I'm also wanting to, so we've got Greater Guard City up here. I want to build a sort of main city down in the south here as well, with a metro system and a tram system and that sort of thing, to kind of counter what we've got up at Guard City. Maybe do something down in this corner too, and then try and maybe replicate it up here. Although, I mean, Gronwell is not the biggest town, but down here at Sanley, we got quite a potential here. If we expand all this out, we can have a metro line and tram lines and all that kind of thing. So there's plenty to look at for the next few episodes. But as I say, off camera, I'm going to go around and do some more service patterns. I'm also going to fix some of the service patterns we've got. So this cross-country train I'm going to redo. I'm also going to change this to get this train running again between GSMI and Monningpool Falls. And I'm going to try and see if I can get more commuter lines out of GSMI as well. And that will include building new lines coming out of Wenfingfield off to the north and to the south, because again there's plenty of potential here, and then even somewhere over here maybe building a line going up and a line going down. So build loads of junction stations along the route. Maybe even have one over here. We'll have to see about that. But that is it for this episode, guys. It's been a long time coming, I understand, and like I said, I will explain in the not too distant future why I was away for a couple of weeks, but I'll leave that be for now. Thank you very much everybody for watching anyway. It does mean a lot. I did ask you to stick with the channel whilst I was on my hiatus, so if you are watching this, then a big thank you to you for sticking with me and for understanding. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series, drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for your continued support, and until next time, I will see you soon.